Hello everyone. So today we're going to be exploring into the idea, why do leaves change color? Now typically we know that there are four seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. And today we're going to be specifically focusing on fall and winter. This is because this is the time of the year when the trees change form, when they change color, and when they eventually lose all their leaves. And we know and we usually think that trees are green because of their leaves, and the leaves are green. However, during fall it changes into something of an orangish, yellowish, reddish, purplish type of mixture, and it eventually falls off the tree, leaving only the branches alive during the cold winter times. And today I'm going to have a scientific reasoning, give you guys a scientific reasoning as to why this is so, and kind of give you guys an insight as to what is actually happening inside the tree, and connect this back to the photosynthesis, which is what trees do. So when you look into a tree, there's something called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment in which makes trees green, which makes leaves green, and pigment is defined as light-absorbing colored molecules. These light-absorbing colored molecules play a central role in photosynthesis because the light is absorbed from the leaves and then converted into energy, which is then used for photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water to sugar and oxygen. Before I move into the details of photosynthesis, I wanted to show you guys a diagram of what chlorophyll looks like in a leaf. So this is a close-up look at a leaf, and this is a very good picture showing chloroplast. These little chloroplasts confined in the plant cells are what contains chlorophyll, which is the pigment. Chloroplast contains chlorophyll. Now, when chlorophyll absorbs light, which is the green pigment, it is stored into energy in the chloroplast, which is then used for photosynthesis, where the energy harnessed from the light converts carbon dioxide with water, which is usually pulled from the roots of the trees, to synthesize sugar and oxygen. The oxygen is released into the atmosphere, while the sugar is then used as nutrient for the tree. One important thing that everyone should know is that the pigment existent in trees are not green. The pigment or the color of the leaves that we see, which are shown here, yellow, orange, red, and so much more, are not the ones that are created or produced, especially during the season of fall. This is not the case. What we do know is that they are already existent in the trees. However, the chlorophyll is so dominant in the leaves, and therefore it overpowers the other colors, such as yellow, orange, red, purple, and even brownish colors, and these are overpowered by chlorophyll, or the green color. Now, the leaves are formed with diverse pigments, and therefore what we are shown is the combination of different pigments, and balance is essential. However, what we usually see during the time of spring and summer are chlorophyll, or the green color. Now, the reason as to why we see chlorophyll as green is because the chlorophyll absorbs violet blue light and reflects green light. The same principle applies to those of other pigments already existent in the trees and leaves, and these type of pigments that are shown here can be different for every plant, and the pigments are varying for each plant, in which chlorophyll is a staple. Temperature, light, and water supply affects the way in which the pigments balance and also what colors are present during fall. During the change from autumn to winter, chlorophyll is broken down, or we can say that it is not produced anymore because now the tree has gone into the stage where it does not gain any more nutrients, but it rather preserves the nutrients and the energy that has already been gained, and it stores it inside the tree, or rather inside the branches and the roots of the tree. And therefore, they no longer need chlorophyll or to directly absorb light during this time of the year, which is winter, and therefore the leaves fall off. As to the cycle, we can see that when the leaves fall off, the nutrients are all contained in the branches and the roots before it becomes summer again, where the leaves grow back and chlorophyll absorbs sunlight once again. And therefore, the cycle continues over and over during the seasons, and that is why this was a small explanation into how leaves change color and the why. So to organize what we have talked about today is that leaves of trees change color because of the degradation or the production of chlorophyll, which is limited during the season of winter, and other pigments that was already existent in the leaves are shown. They're shown to the world because it no longer has the overpowering green pigment. And we can see that this is just a part of the tree in which they maintain, they produce, they maintain, and they store their nutrients during the winter time. And this stage is a stage of preparation where the tree transitions from a stage where they're actively they're actively absorbing light, they're actively doing photosynthesis to create their nutrients, compared to the stage in winter where they are now in a stage more stagnant. They are storing all the nutrients they have gained in the past seasons of summer. We have explored into the diagram of chloroplast and chlorophyll in a close-up leaf diagram. We have seen the equation for photosynthesis. We have seen the different colors in which there are different names for each pigment, and that the diverse colors formed with a combination of pigments are what makes the colors of the leaves. We have explored the idea that the temperature, light, and water supply is what directly affects which affects the light, which affects the color of the leaves, and also how and when the leaves fall off. And lastly, we have explored how this cycle continues over the seasons. So thank you for tuning in for today's lesson, and see you some time later. Bye!